everybody around the world. Hello, everyone around the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and also good night. So, we are going to talk about a few the topics today that are really important. I feel stuck in life. This one common thing everybody will find it sometime or other in their life. Uh, and Miriam is going to contribute for that. And how to reinvent myself. That'll be another question we all ask when something goes wrong, when we slip down, when we fall. So Angel is going to contribute, and I will conclude with what should I do with my life? That's a general question we often ask ourselves from childhood till the old age. Uh, I'll give the floor first to Miriam because we have a constant on time here. So it's left to it's to you, Miriam. Sorry, yours.
Thank you, Sam, for your invitation. I want to talk about why I can feel stuck in life and how we can shift into our next level, because everyone can feel that we are stuck in life sometimes, and how to create emotional connection to us. But first, I want to start with that it's nothing wrong with you. That you feel stuck is not that you're broken, that you're not behind, you're not failing. Feeling stuck is not a failure, it's a feedback. It's a sign that something is wrong with you. It's a sign that something inside you need to change. But a lot of people think that it's about circumstances. My job is wrong, or my relationship is wrong, my finances is wrong. But to feel stuck is not about the situation at all. It's about your identity. That is your nervous system telling you that something needs to change. Your subconscious programming. So tonight, I want to get deep into it, a deep motivation. That we're talking about transformation. So first, that you feel stuck, that you are identified. The most people say, my life is stuck, but in really happen, it's that your identity is locked. We create from our desire. And if we create for the person we believe we are, so we need to see how can we change ourselves, how can we change our identity to believe in ourselves. So instead to feel that you are stuck, to see how can you switch your belief for yourself to become the person you want to become. You don't need to work hard, but you need to create a new pattern in your life to feel a pattern in line with the person you want to become. The person show up every single day, a person enjoy your life, because your subconscious mind is loyal to identity and not your dreams. So when you believe yourself and you don't sabotage yourself, and you can create a person you want to become. So we need to see how your nervous system have protecting you, because sometimes the reason we stay in this place in life is because we need to feel how can we be in line with the dream we have, the person we are. And sometimes our nervous system protect ourselves to feel safe. But that isn't the life we want to have, because we haven't switched our identity into the person we want to desire, the reality we want to have. So to see that the reason why you feel stuck is because you want to switch your mind, you want to have another life. And the reason how you can do that is you need to believe yourself, you need to trust yourself, you need to live the life you want to have before it happened. So you need to telling your subconscious now that it's safe to have this kind of life. It's safe to believe in yourself. So don't overthink things. Try to see yourself like the person you want to become. You're not lazy. It's nothing wrong with you. It's not a failure. So you need to see how can you become this person first. So see yourself like this person you want to become. Do you be disciplined in this person? See yourself in this person first. How can you become this person? and how should this person react in this kind of situation? How should she think? What is not long in line with the person she wants to become? So don't force yourself. Don't see it like failure. See it like a person who wants to shift your mindset and try to become this person before that happened. So stuck means really that you're ready to transform your life. That's the reason why you can feel that you want to have some kind of change. And that is your mind telling you that you want to become someone else, so change your identity. So see yourself what the person you want to become and what in line with the person you want to become and with the person you have been before. And that is always, and when you feel stuck in life, it's always the reason why you do that. So see that like an opportunity to be the person you want to be. So write down the person, how she would think, how she would act, how she become the person, and describe the past, what you can learn from it, and how can that even help you for the future, the person you want to be. And take a nice and ask your body, what did the person do with your body? How would you feel? How would you see yourself? What kind of thought do you have for yourself? How do you act? And how to can become this person? And why are you afraid of success in life? And what are you afraid to love if you get into a relationship? And don't ask for your answer from your mind, but from your body. Because your body is much more honest for yourself. To listen to yourself, listen to your body, listen to yourself and nerve system, what it's telling you, and how you can become this person. And decide who you want to become. Not someday, but now. And how can this person be that already? You don't need to wait to be ready because you're already ready. And you are not stuck. You are between identity. That's the reason why you feel stuck, because you are in a place of growing and you need to decide what person you want to become or don't suit you anymore. That is like a dress. We need to switch a dress as well sometime. We change our mind and we like different things of style. And the same in our life. You need to see what can you learn from the past, what can you bring with you for the future, what in line with you, and how can you learn from it. So start today and see that the reason why you feel stuck is the reason why you have all these things.
Yeah. 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 Thank you, Miriam. Thank you. That was interesting talk. It was really good. I'll give it to Angel now. It's going to talk about how to reinvent oneself.
Yes. Thank you. First of all, thank you, Miriam. That was truly insightful and well-delivered presentation. You really set up a strong foundation for this discussion that we are having now. And I would like to thank you, Sam, as well. You don't just present well, you always know how to open the room and set the right tone for all of us. So it really makes a difference. So thank you. Okay, I will continue now with my topic. How can I reinvent myself, or how can you reinvent yourself? And I would like to say that reinventing yourself is not about becoming someone else. It is more about upgrading who you already are, but doing it intentionally. In fact, you may not even need to restart. You might just need repositioning. So I'm going to break it down here for you so you can understand better. First of all, in order to reinvent yourself, you need to decide who you want to become. The reinvention process is starting with changing your identity. So the easiest way to do that is answering these questions, which I'm gonna give you right now. So take your time, take a pen and the paper and write it on the paper, and take as much time as possible in order to answer thoroughly all these questions. So my first question is this: Who do I want to be 3 years from now? Take your time, write it down, and write down all the answers that comes to your mind. My second question is, what kind of work excites you? You have to find a domain that actually gives you pleasure, that excites you, because if you find something just a regular way, let's say, to make money, that's not gonna last. So it needs to be something that gives you pleasure in order to continue on a long run. My third question is, do you want stability? What exactly do you want out of your life? Do you want stability? Or maybe you want income growth? Or maybe you want to change your status? Or to have more freedom? Or maybe you want to have more ownership of a business, of a real estate. So write down exactly what do you want to have in your life. You cannot reinvent yourself without choosing a direction. So choosing a direction is the first step into reinventing oneself. So in all these processes, which I'm going to enumerate, the first thing is having a clear path. So clarity comes first and not the action. The action comes second. So if you have a clear vision where you want to get and where you want to be 5 years from now, what do you want in your life, then we're going to move to the second step, which is to change your positioning. Many people try to change their past, which is totally wrong. So you do not change your past. The past is already gone. It happened. It cannot be changed. But you can change your positioning. And I want to say that most likely your experience is strong enough in your domain. But the way you present yourself, it defines your future. So the way you talk with yourself, the way you talk with other people, actually makes an image in your mind and in other people's mind. So let's say, for example, you would say the following sentence. I worked in many areas or in many domains. That's actually quite dull, to be honest, and doesn't have much impact upon yourself or the others when you're talking with them. But try to make it more beautiful in your mind. Try to rephrase that sentence and to make it something like, I specialize in operations, team leadership, and revenue growth across multiple industries. That definitely sounds better. And it sounds better for you, it reinforces you, and also gives a better impression to other people which you are addressing to. You have to understand that reinvention is more likely a narrative shift. The way you see yourself also will be seen by other people in the same way. If you have accomplished these 2 steps, then we move to the third step, which is a skill upgrade. When you create a skill upgrade, you need to be strategic. It should not be something random. It should be strategically chosen. So you should choose, for example, in your domain of work, which you choose 1 or 2 skills that increases your market value dramatically. In this process, you do not have to learn the entire thing. You just have to learn 1 or 2 skills that will increase your leverage. So don't learn everything, learn just a few things which actually will propel you further on. If you chose your skills, if you have upgraded your skills, then we go to the next step. Building proof of the new you. What do I mean by building a proof of the new you? The reinvention becomes real when others can see it. If you are not being seen by other people, it cannot get real. You need to cooperate with other people in order to move forward, in order to become better, or to reach the target point you want in your life. So my suggestion is, for example, you can upgrade your LinkedIn account. You can create a professional portfolio. You can create post insights about your field, about your line of work. and many other things. I'm just giving you a few examples. And you do not become someone when you feel ready. You will never feel ready. You have to just go with it. You become it, you become that person when you start acting like that person. If you have done all this, the next step is to upgrade your environment. The new identity which you are linger to create requires new standards. You have to be a different person. You have to become someone else in order to accomplish and to get to the point you want to get. You have to change a few things. You have to change, for example, your routines. You have to become better into a better physical shape. You want to get sharper communication skills, learn sharper communication skills, create a cleaner personal brand, and have higher value conversation with the people that surround you. This would imply meeting with people which actually have done already what you are linger to accomplish, to become. As I said before, environment is more important than heredity. The environment actually shapes your identity. So you need to change. In order to change your identity, you need to be surrounded by people who have done what you are wanted to accomplish. Okay, so we have done all this. Then we get to the part where your past actually influences your present. So in order to change what's coming next, to be different than the past, you have to kill the old limiting beliefs. You have to kill the old limiting story. Most people don't reinvent themselves because they are attached to the person who have been in the past. So they start saying things like, this is who I've always been. If you want to change, you have to be something different. So you have to change your identity. Or it's too late for me. Well, it's never too late to do something that you like, but you have to know exactly what you like to do. What do you want to do? Or people know me as, also this doesn't matter because people will change their mind as you shape your new identity. New people will come into your life as you change your identity. So don't think about how people know you. That's not important. And no one is thinking more about you as much as you think about you. You are your biggest critic. The way you see yourself, also other people see you the same way. You should know that you are allowed to evolve and you should evolve. You should change your identity. So in order to recapitulate the entire thing, there is a reinvention formula, I can say. And first of all, it starts with clarity. If you do not have clarity into your life, then nothing is going to change. If you do not know where you're going, where you are and where you want to get, you will not get there. If you have done the clarity thing, then you need to adopt new skills. You need to learn new skills in order to get better and to move forward in your line of work. If you have the skills and you have the clarity, but do not give the action, you're not going to get there. Clarity and skill without the action is just theory, is nothing more. So you need to have clarity, you need to have skill, and you need to have action. But still, that's not enough. Because if you have action, skill, and clarity, but you're not being seen by other people, it's totally pointless. You need to be seen by other people in order to be recognized for who you are. So visibility, it's also critical in this entire process. So you have to have clarity, skill, action, and visibility. But if you are being seen only once, then the people will not remember you. In order for the people to remember you, you have to have consistency. You have to be consistent in your line of work. You have to be consistent to be seen by other people. You have to be consistent in doing the same action over and over and over again. And once you have accomplished this entire process, clarity, skill, action, visibility, consistency, then you have arrived. You have created your new identity. The honest truth about reinvention is totally uncomfortable. But take it as a good thing, because that's how you know it's actually working, when you feel uncomfortable. In this entire process of reinventing yourself, you will doubt yourself. You will feel like a beginner again. But at some point in time, you will outgrow some people in the same domain. And that is normal. That, of course, if you follow this 5-step process, which I gave you. Thank you. I leave it now to Sam.
Yeah, thank you. That was good. I think you both have covered all the points that are really needed for anybody to know what to do with their life. But I'm just going to talk in general because I thought that if I started the topic, then those two will be defeated. I want those points to come out first so that we can give them a generalized idea. What should I do with my life? That's quite a common question everybody asks, right? Because what do they want to do with their life? That's the basic question everybody asks from child, from school age to old age. What do you want to do? Because, asking that question is not a sign of weakness, as it has already been pointed out by both of you. It's not a sign of weakness, but it's a kind of an engagement that you want to progress in life. You want to do something different. You want to take a new identity, as you both have stressed so much on that. So that's the starting point when you think that, what should I do with my life? That's the starting point of exploration, experimentation, and growth. That's what I put normally. And without the question, they will drift passively. As it has been pointed out by my colleagues about this, that you need a direction, you need a goal, you need a way you want to be, what truly resonates with them. So that's what we're looking at when we say that, what I should do. I created this diagram uh, by inputting a lot of questions into Bing. Actually, I used Bing, uh, and these are the normal things you normally find. The direct or literal questions will be there, where you want to be really practical in life to find, what should I do with my life? Or it might be the metaphorical most of the time, the symbolic or reflective. That is now which way I should turn my life, and what road should I follow? How do I navigate my journey? These are the right things, and which direction feels right. And the emotional is the next one, uh, because emotional is also another point where you get lost in life, and you put the question, what should I do with my life? The inner concerns, the fears and doubts, wrong path, wrong choice, what happens. And the spiritual is very rarely we find people really doing that, because most of them, they want to live for the world. So all of the things they fit into that. But when it comes to spiritual, it entirely changes in a different way. That's called the awakening, a wonderment. So those are the practical questions which we do ask. Uh, it's one of the fundamental questions anyway. You pass schooling, then you question yourself, what should I do with my life? But actually, at that point, you will get help from your parents. But once you get help from your parents, you go to college, you pass the college, and then you now think that you're in the wrong direction, because you went as per your parents and you did not think about what you should do with your life. So these are the things that really bother everybody when they become adults. And these are the few questions I put because I think that an image is equal to 1,000 words. That really helps a lot. And this is one of the ways you could think like that: early adulthood, career transition, the midlife crisis, retirement, later life, and then feeling overwhelmed after a setback, searching for purpose. That comes in spiritual. All others are quite common things, like, the first job. Then you're going to think which path will lead to success. Am I wasting my time? Is the career transition? Or you lose your job. Have I lived well? Then the retirement, what gives my life meaning now? Most of us choose when we are at the run. And then feeling overwhelmed. How do I choose? Because at that point, you need some help, you need to discover, and then how do I recover from the loss or the feedback, the failure, the feedback I need? So those are few questions I put, but more importantly, I just wanted to just give you a few things, because we humans are meaning seeking creatures. We want everything, we want a meaning in everything. We want to do something, our actions, we want instinctively, we want answers to our actions. We tie our actions to matter, what matters with this action. And life isn't just about survival. That's very important, because most people, they desire to contribute, to create, to help, to go around. So there comes the question: how can I live a life that feels worthwhile? That will be a question which you might be asking, but not not at a younger age. But if you come to certain level of the maybe in your after the 50s, after half a century of your life, then you will realize that question. And facing uncertainty, life is uncertain. Anything can happen any moment. You may lose your job, you may lose your relationship, you may be having a bad finance, bad health, global events, instability. Life is unpredictable, uncertain. So at this time, you ask question, I need a compass to navigate my life. And you have the compass. Everybody has the compass with them, but they got to orient the compass in a proper way. So that needs help again. And then the desire of alignment. Am I living a life with all my actions aligned to my purpose? Who am I inside? Am I doing things which I'm supposed to do? Because these are the things where many people, they feel a gap. What they do, who they are, and what they want to be. So these have already been covered by both of you. Uh, and the next thing will be the fear of regret. Because we always want to take action where we don't regret. That's the humankind. And we have been doing this for a long time, and I don't think we'll improve on that. I want to make a choice. I won't regret. I want to make a choice. I'll be successful. So that's what we'll be thinking all the time. The fear of regret is another big problem with us. And the need for direction and complexity. Life is complex. It is full of complexity. There will be thousands of arrows indicating in every direction. This is the good way to go. This is the best way. That's the good way. So how do I pick among countless possibilities? Just imagine life maybe 1,000 years back. It was simple. You need not worry much about it. Either you got one or two directions, you're done. Uh, Let me give you the example of my own childhood days. In those days, if you pass schooling, you got only two ways to go. Either you want to become a physician or you want to become an engineer. And everything else was zoned out because it was not that complex. It was simple. And only 2 colleges, nothing more than that. So you got to compete. It was simple. But now it's complex. It's so complex, you don't even know how many possibilities you have in life, in which direction you could go. There are lots of possibilities now in this modern world. So much of possibilities are there. Life is getting more and more complex. And when this question comes now, what should I do with my life? Even a schoolboy is confused. If you ask him the question, I did ask him the question because I got a lot of my the son's friends. They come home sometimes. I ask them, uh, "What do you want to do in life?" Not decided. You already passed 10th grade or 12th grade. What do you want to do in your life? They are not sure because so many possibilities are there. You could become a computer engineer, you could become a designer, you can go to navigation, you can go to astrophysics. There's so much of complexities now. AI, multiple things. They are confused sometimes. The youth is confused. School students are confused. So they need a direction. They need somebody to point and tell them, know what, this is there. Maybe you got to choose according to your interest. What are your interests? Explore the interest, explore and find out what they want to do really in their life. And alignment with the self-awareness, that's a kind of a spiritual pathway. And that will come after I told you about half a century of living on this planet. Then you will get that question about the self-awareness. Because that's I want to take the responsibility for my life and also responsibility for others' lives. So that comes very late. That is a sign of self-awareness. And those are the 6 points that are really good to know. And the key insight is that it's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of exploration, a curiosity, a sign of engagement. It's better to be curious in life than to experiment as such. Be curious, explore, experiment, and then you will see how you could change the directions of your life. So that's what I have. And uh, thank you for listening to all three of us. We are on Facebook. You could contact us anytime you want. You can put your comments, you can put any questions you have on any other topics. We'll be glad to answer your questions, and also we welcome you to take part in the webinar from the next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.